Hey, my name's Dr. Louis Mariuso. I've been doing dentistry for over 7 years now, and I'm located in Knoxville, Tennessee. All on X is a term that means everything on a certain number of something. So what it means is everything meaning the teeth, and on X means how many number of implants were placed. So that'll depend on the treatment. All on X or all on 4, what that means is your prosthesis, whether it's a denture or a fixed arch, it's sitting on a certain number of implants. That's what that means. Now, it's not a one size fits all. In general, when someone says all on 4, all on X, they're talking about a fixed full arch treatment, something that sits on 4 or 5 or 6 implants, sometimes more even, just depending on the case. And they're talking about a prosthesis that is fixated in there, that is screwed in there, the one that doesn't come out. So a fixed full arch of zirconia, different materials. It could also be a resin material, but that's what all on X means. It can also be a snap-in denture. A denture, meaning all, is on 4 implants, or a lower denture on 2 implants. So it really is a word that gets thrown around a lot, but it could mean several different things. So you really just want to get specific about it. I think people get apprehensive or fearful of things they don't understand or don't know. But I think that's natural, right? And so understanding what situation you're in and understanding what you're looking for and what you're about to undergo is important. We want to be transparent with that from the beginning. Communication is a high priority for our team and our practice to make sure that our patients are confident in what they're getting done. Pretty early on in my dental career, I realized that I had a passion for implants. Right near the end of dental school, I got to do implants in school, and it just really sparked this deep admiration for how that works and how it can impact someone's life. It feels cutting edge. It feels like, this is the best that dentistry has to offer for replacing missing teeth. That's part of our culture as a practice too. We want to be at the forefront. We want to be able to provide patients with the highest level of confidence that, this is the best there is. And so from an early point in our career, we realized that this is a big industry in dentistry. Many people are missing at least one tooth. Several people are missing several teeth. So we didn't want to be a practice that, you're missing teeth, we can't really help you. We wanted to be a practice that could address all the oral concerns for every patient. So understanding the importance of dental implants and its future implications, we decided to invest heavily in learning about it pretty early on. As we're growing as a practice, we have different providers. We work as a team in our practice, and so each provider has been carefully selected. They also have invested in Implant Pathway and learning the curriculum, learning the career. One of the really cool things about our practice is that you have a team of doctors that's actually taking care of your treatment. So when you're talking about full arch, there's a lot of specialties that go into it. There's the surgical component, there's the restorative appointment. In theory, those are all different doctors, and so we're able to take that as a group practice where we have specialized doctors that can work together as a team to tailor, the treatment for each specific patient. So all of our doctors are trained, continue to train, and continue to do these cases at a very high volume so that our patient can be sure that they're receiving the highest level of care possible. The ideal candidate for all-on-X treatment or full arch treatment is somebody who's gotten to a point where they just need a fresh start. They're looking at options to replace their existing teeth. We talked about some instances why somebody would be losing their teeth. Those are the best candidates for full arch. It's not really age restricted. We have patients in their 80s doing this. It could be somebody in their 20s, 30s, 50s. A young patient recently in our practice, and you'll see his story on our Instagram account. His mom was saving for her treatment because she was needing to have full arch treatment and having implants done. But he had some accidents, his teeth all broke, he wasn't leaving the house anymore, he wasn't able to interact with people, and as a mom, she was like, I'm gonna take care of my son. So she, helped him And so he's in his 20s. So there really is no age limit to it. You know, we've done implants for people in their 90s. Like, it's all about, we as human beings will invest in things we feel like are worth it, right? So like we'll buy a nice phone, or we'll buy a nice car if we see the value and, you know, the emotions that go with it. When you realize how important your smile is to your daily life, all your interactions with people, socializing, how impactful a proper smile is and how much confidence you can get from that, I mean, that's priceless. You can have a really nice car, but if your teeth aren't in good shape and you can't eat and you can't smile, the car is not going to fix that, right? So it's a matter of what we value. A lot of people out there say, you know, oh, it's really expensive, you know, I can't do it. You know, the price of this type of treatment, that's the market price, you know, and I think there are patients who say, well, I'm going to go to Turkey or Mexico, and I never tell anybody what to do, but I do say, like, you know, our standards here are much higher. Are you sure you want to fly, you know, 2,000 miles away and get something for half the price? We've seen several situations of having to fix those cases that were done abroad, or that it was done in such a way that there was no fixing it. Like, there was nothing we could do. And I hate those types of situations. And a lot of times, the adage of like, you get what you pay for in life, sometimes that's true. And then sometimes what may seem more inexpensive ends up being more expensive in the long run, because it may cost the bone structure that you had. If the implants fail and they get infected, you know, you lose the bone structure, and then that's no longer an easy option for you. Now you have to look at more complex type treatments like cheekbone implants, like zygomatics, pterygoid implants. Understanding the value of it and how important it is for our day-to-day is really an important step in deciding of doing this treatment, if you want to do this treatment and if it's important enough for you to do it.